Welcome to this brief introduction to the Scottish Inshore Fisheries Integrated Data System, or SIFIDS project. The SIFIDS project has been funded by the European Maritime and Fisheries Fund and is supported by Marine Scotland. The project is being administered by the University of St Andrews. The university is conducting 5 of the 12 work packages under the project. The remaining 7 have been contracted out to other organisations. Right, this video is essentially just to serve as a very quick introduction to the project and how it's structured. So just a little bit on the SIFIDS process as we envisage it. The idea behind the project is to look at incorporating new and innovative technology for data collection in the Scottish inshore fisheries sector. At the moment, most of the data collection is undertaken by paper forms, and where we're looking at modernising this and automating the process as far as possible, as well as increasing the scope of data collection within the sector. At the core of the inshore data collection system will be the pilot relational data resource. This will essentially be a database where all of the information collected by the system will be stored, collated and analysed. This part of the project will be conducted under Work Package 6 by Seascope Fisheries Research. Also being undertaken by Seascope Fisheries Research is the development of the hardware and data collection system that will be installed on fishing vessels. At the sort of far end of this is the actual data collection sensors and hardware. The main focus of this will be on collecting data on fishing efforts, so gear shot and hauled, and also collecting information on catch, both retained and discarded. It will also sort of examine the potential to gather other data streams as well, such as information on sea surface temperature, temperature depth profiles, sea state, etc. And this will be conducted under Work Package 2B. This dovetails with Work Package 2A, also being conducted by Seascope Fisheries Research, that is looking at developing the onboard central data collation system. This will essentially be a data hub that will be installed on a fishing vessel and will comprise a microcomputer that will receive the data inputs from the hardware and sensors developed under Work Package 2B. It will store and hopefully pre-process some of that data. Once the vessel then returns to port, the onboard central data collation system will then transmit the data collected to the SIFIDS database via, we envisage, harbour Wi-Fi nodes, although that will be assessed under Work Package 2A as well. Sitting alongside this is Work Package 3, which is being conducted by researchers from the University of St Andrews and SAMS in Oban. And this will be looking at assessing automated mechanisms for collecting scallop stock data. Again, looking at automated mechanisms using, for example, sonar and towed arrays and underwater autonomous vehicles, AUVs, such as the one pictured there. In addition to these sort of hard data collection, there's also the more sort of societal and economic data relating to the inshore fishery sector, which is being collected under Work Package 4, which is being undertaken jointly by SAMS Research Services Limited and Imani Development. And they will be looking at collecting qualitative and also quantitative information on the social and economic, I suppose, impact or footprint of the inshore fishing sector in Scotland, looking at sort of working relationships, building up a picture of the supply chain, and looking at what support industries the inshore fishing sector supports. It will also be looking at sort of the familial or the sort of family involvement in these small businesses. and trying to build up a broad picture of the impact that Inshore Fisheries has in Scotland. As well as this, work package 5, which is being conducted by University of St Andrews researchers, will be looking at trying to identify experiential information from fishers, looking at trying to create a broader picture of the inshore fisheries, and to try and collect information that in many cases is overlooked or missed due to the fact that it's been quite difficult to quantify in the past. So they will be looking at trying to develop mechanisms for collecting this data. They'll be trying to determine which types of data are of most use to fishermen and policymakers, and looking at mechanisms to efficiently collect this and quantify it so that it can be included in the database under the project. As well as this, work package 8, which is split into 2 parts, will be looking at collecting information on vessel activity, both on board and vessel tracking data, looking at using behavioural modelling to try and see if it's possible to create vessel movement fingerprints, so that specific fishing behaviour can be identified purely from vessel tracking data in an automated way. By doing this will markedly decrease the cost of analysing where fishing activity is taking place, as it can be done automatically. In terms of outputs from the Scottish Inshore Fisheries Integrated Data System, we see these as feeding into marine planning, as well as inshore fisheries management, but also there may be the potential for some of the data collected, particularly on individual vessels, to possibly be made available to fishermen so that they can use these to conduct business planning, or to generally just look at the fishing activity they undertake. In addition to these, there are also 4 other work packages. Work package 1 is a sort of desk-based review looking at determining optimum data collection strategies for the Scottish inshore shellfish fishery. Work package 9 will be engaging with key stakeholders and then working to assess options for the potential implementation of the system and potential mechanisms for how it could be funded and operated. Work package 7 and 10 are focused on project support, so engagement with the industry and overall project management. For further information on the project, you can visit the project page on the MASTS website. You can see the address there, or you can also call one of our project facilitators on the project free phone number 0800 043 3474, or alternatively you could email one of the 3 project facilitators listed there to ask for more details. Thank you for your attention.